What's up, gang? It's your boy Future, your favorite Black American learning Chinese day 363. I have a lot of stats to share and a lot of things to share about me just using Chinese within these past few days or weeks, even, especially because now I'm at a point where I've basically accomplished what I set out to do in Chinese. Has just been integrated into my life because, like, all my friends, people that I'm starting to meet, my job now like is like integrated partly in Chinese, and well, partly I mean like my friends, like all my friends, like my main friend group now is like literally all Chinese, and I'm making more friends because my like job basically has me basically interact with a ton of people. I have to like be as extroverted as possible, and I meet a lot of people who are from China or happen to speak Chinese. So I'm just all of a sudden will just like get in a conversation with someone who's from China or speaks Chinese, and it's just super enriching because I'm super glad to have an experience like this in my life, because I wouldn't get it any other way. Like if I didn't know this language, obviously I wouldn't be able to have these experiences and kind of have these deeper level interactions with people if I didn't know this language. So it's something that's kind of obvious, but it's just something I wanted to share because it is something that I think me 1 year ago would really love to hear, kind of as like a kind of showing them that the hard work would pay off. And something that I do want to show about hard work paying off in reflection is I got this email this morning. It was crazy. I got this email, and I wrote it a year ago while I was dabbling in Chinese before I like officially started learning it. And it was at this time when I was just like getting to college, my orientation week, and I was meeting a lot of people who spoke Chinese, and I was practicing like the few phrases that I had learned over like the past like few years, just like common things that you would know without really like studying the language. And I was speaking with them. I was like, man, like I guess at that time I was like, I want to like write myself a message because I knew I was gonna like study Chinese hard. So anyway, suffice to say is that I wrote myself an email, and I guess I put in a Google translated Chinese message saying, basically testing my Chinese skill. So I'm not gonna read this in Chinese because I feel like when I read in Chinese, I sound super bad. So I'm not one to really output on my own, so I'm definitely not gonna output on the internet and embarrass myself. But I indeed can read this. I was able to understand it when I saw it, when I read it, and it says, I hope when you receive this message, you can understand it. And understand it, I can. And it just made me feel super happy because it's just kind of funny to think that, like, at that time, like, I couldn't read anything. I probably only knew I knew. Those are probably the only characters that I knew. And it probably just seemed like a bunch of like funny like lines to me that didn't really like make too much sense. But now it's just like I can read it. It's just like language to me, like just the same way how like I see this French right here and then the Spanish, and like right when it hits me I can understand it. But back then this Chinese was something more akin to this Danish and this German, because Danish I studied for a little bit, and German, but those aren't languages that I claim to speak. Just put them in there for fun, just kind of collecting all the languages that I was passionate about. I also have Arabic, which I can't read at all, so Google Translate was definitely doing a lot of heavy lifting here for those languages. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to share this because I think it's kind of cool. And it makes me really want to write more Dear Future Me letters. And it makes me kind of think, what else have I written for myself that I might have forgotten about? I'm not sure. But yeah, I will share more about statistics, more about my life and kind of like my experiences that I've had, as I've said before. Probably, no promises, probably in 2 days when we hit 365 days, or the like 1 year mark, because day 366 it will be 365 fully completed days, so it will be 1 year. But anyway, yeah, so I'll probably just like share more then, because it's like a whole culmination of my journey. But I will say that, yeah, I'm just in this weird spot where it's like hard for me to do all the grinding that I did over the summer, because it's just like now it's just like my life is just like using my Chinese like the same way that like I use my Spanish, just hanging out with my friends and just speaking Chinese because that's like the language we use, right? So yeah, it's a really cool, interesting experience, and I recommend that if you haven't started learning languages and you've thought about wanting to learn some before, definitely should get on that train, man. It's really fun. Anyway, I hope this video gave you some inspiration. Keep grinding, and I'll see you. Oh my god, I dropped my phone. I'll see you in the next one. 多吉吧，兄弟。